Artists are the most genuine storytellers because come what may, they stay true to their craft. It is uncompromised storytelling that gives you a narrative which is honest, has no filters, and touches your soul. Every week on Teachers' Genuine Stories, join me as I look for original voices and storytellers from all over the country. Thank you. I've been really fortunate that I've traveled extensively to the beautiful northeastern part of our country, be it Shillong, Gangtok, Imphal. What I've found is people who are extremely proud of the songs from their heartland. I know it sounds like an easy generalization, but this is a region which is blessed with exceptional musical talent. On Teachers' Genuine Stories, I'm happy to showcase some of that with the supremely talented Tetseo Sisters from Nagaland. I met up with the Tetseo Sisters in Goa. This quartet of siblings sings folk songs called Lee. The Lee songs are in Chokri, which is the dialect of the tribe they belong to. And yet, they have found a global audience for their uniquely local music and uniquely local stories, all the way from Nagaland.
Music was something we were born into, and we were always surrounded by it. But back then, we didn't know that music would be such an integral part of our life, and perhaps even our legacy. We are four sisters, Mercy, Azi, Kuku, Lulu, celebrating the songs of life, the beauty of the hills, and storytelling through Lee. We are the Tetseo Sisters.
Proving that good storytelling through music indeed has no language. I do believe that uncompromising artistic purity is at the heart of a genuine story. The Tetseo Sisters are perhaps the best examples of that. They haven't changed, nor have they diluted their art or their storytelling to connect with a larger audience. They have remained true to their traditions and continue to tell their stories on their own terms. I'm Rahul.
I'm Mercy.
Hi, Mercy.
Hi, Kuvela.
Kuvela, Kuku.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Lulu.
Please. Sit. So, before I resort to pet names,
Right.
I am going to attempt full names.
Right. Please.
Mhatseve
Yes. Mhatseve.
Mhatseve,
Pretty close.
Kuvele,
Right, that's right.
and Alune.
Yes.
So, but otherwise also known as Mercy,
Right.
Kuku, and Lulu.
Yes.
One of the sisters is missing, Azine.
Azini.
She's married,
Yes.
family,
Yes.
and her son has exams.
Yes.
Let me start off by asking, how do you manage, especially you and of course Azine with her kids, How do you guys manage to hold on to almost two professions at the same time?
Well, so for all of us, throughout our childhood, through school and through college and through phases where we were working, we were always juggling music and whatever else we were doing at that point. And we always tried to make time to find a space where we could do rehearsals and things like that. Or so many shows, we end up doing shows where whoever is available at that point of time could go. So it's sometimes different combinations of twos and threes, or even one.
Yeah.
And sometimes two gigs on the same day, then we split, and then somebody goes to this and the other.
How did it all start? I mean, is music steeped in the tribe that you come from, or is it in the family? Is it in Nagaland? I mean, where did music, or is it just you?
Well, in Nagaland, every other person or almost everybody can sing.
Music is like everywhere.
Yeah. Our parents are folk music lovers themselves. They sing with the groups. My dad was the first person in our village to learn to play the guitar. So their love of music was passed on to us while we were very young.
So, as I understand it, you sing in a very specific dialect,
Right.
which is Chokri.
Yes.
Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yes, perfect. Right.
And it's the dialect of your tribe, which is Chakesang.
Yes.
Okay. So, 16 tribes, Chakesang, Chokri. That's pretty niche in terms of where we are going with this as a musical language. Have you ever felt that's restricted your listener base, or it doesn't matter?
It doesn't really matter. It's kind of funny because in a way it becomes a conversation starter because people want to know what is the dialect that you're singing in. Like Li, for example, is the Chokri word for folk song, which again is like just the song of the people.
Right.
Right. And whenever we perform in our Chokri language, people get very curious about where we come from. They want to learn about what we're singing about. And then we get the opportunity to connect with them. Yeah.
Mi porsa, mi usually during our performances, what we do is we translate the songs into
talk about
English.
the
Yeah, we
song.
talk
I
about
see.
them.
And Li is the
Li.
traditional way of
Right.
handing down stories through
song.
Through song.
In the audio.
Is there a certain way to do it, or can you mess around with it?
Oh, yes. So there are some formally, but it's very flexible in the way that you just have to have the fixed chorus, but the verses, you can play around with it. You can add different kinds of lyrics, but it follows the structure of a call and a response pattern. So the call always has 4 syllables and the response has 5.
Got it.
And it's like a question mark at the end of the song,
Wow.
and then you end with a statement. So.
Now, in your music, it's very clear that there's a lot of emphasis on vocals and melody. The instrumentalization is pretty sparse.
Right.
Is that something that you do intentionally, or is it the traditional way of doing it?
It is a traditional way of doing it, and in our performances, it's intentional because we want to start from the organic way of how we have learned the songs, which is just the melody. And over the years, we have made our presentation in such a way that it progresses from the organic and then goes into fusion. And then that way we bring in our own personal influences and experiences to the song as well. So it gives you a big picture of what the Nagaland music scene is.
What, if at all, genre would you fit your music into for the
Right.
Tetseo Sisters?
So you would find some of our music is traditional folk, some are folk fusion, and some are electronic dance music as well with hints of folk in it.
Wow.
So we don't want to limit ourselves to just one genre.
Yeah.
So you're known as one of the cultural ambassadors of Nagaland. What message, if there is any, or messages, would you like to spread to people like us who are not from Nagaland through your music?
So there is little or no information about the northeast region of India, a lot of times people just group it together as one. But there's so much diversity, even within just Nagaland with 16 tribes, and every tribe has different kinds of music and stories. So for us, we feel that we have a story to tell, and there's so many stories in Nagaland that needs to be heard, and we want to be able to change the narrative of how people perceive us as a group of people.
So, have you found over the years that your audience base has expanded beyond the core?
Absolutely, absolutely. So from just domestic audience, it has expanded to people outside the country. We have been very lucky and privileged to perform outside the country, representing not just Nagaland or the Northeast, but the country as a whole.
Fantastic. Where have you performed?
We have performed in Korea, China,
South Korea,
South Korea,
China, Myanmar, Thailand,
Edinburgh, Scotland,
Wow.
Chicago.
Fantastic.
fantastic.
So we know that Azi's not here because her son has exams, but there is a fifth member. I would like to invite Mhatseve, who is the Tetseo brother. Hi there,
Hi,
I'm Rahul.
I'm Mhatseve.
Nice to meet you. Seve, you've walked in and you have such a gentle, beautiful demeanor about you. I have to only ask you one question.
All right, all right.
Were you bullied as a child
No, never.
by 4 sisters?
No, I don't think so.
All of them assertive. One is the boss baby.
Definitely.
One is the organizer-in-chief.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? One is the OCD queen.
Definitely. She cleans my room as well. So
That's right.
the perks.
The perks.
Yeah.
So how has it been growing up with these 4 girls who are now women and they have their own band and working with them? How does it feel?
I don't know how to react to that. It feels great. It has been a wonderful journey so far.
Is there anything else that you do, Seve, apart from working with the band and the music?
I produce music.
For other people also?
Yeah, for other.
And he plays with a couple
And I
of other
do
bands
sessions,
as well.
for other bands as well. I
So
play guitar.
apart from the guitar, do you play anything else?
I play a bit of keyboards. Tati. I don't
You
know.
play keyboards and tati?
Yeah, yeah.
So there are some songs that are not traditional folk songs that you guys have sung and composed, right? So who writes the words to those? Where the words are completely original from scratch?
From scratch.
Okay. Give me an example of a song that you did from scratch.
So there is a story about how the crickets tell us a story, giving us a lesson in life, because the crickets just sing, and they don't work. And then at the end of summer, when winter starts, they have no food to eat.
Right.
Right. And in our tribal stories, there is a bird who tells our elders about this through a phrase called kusatato, zaka tiyo. So if you sow the seeds, you will eat the fruits and you will not die like the crickets.
Okay.
So from that came out a song called Tiyo. And it was actually mom who finalized the words. It says, which means while we are able to work on this earth, which means when your hands and your legs are able to lift you and support you, you should work on the earth and fill your belly with the fruits of your labor.
Fantastic. So those words came from you and mum and dad. And then the melody?
So the melody we worked around the Zakatiyo tune, which is a combination of an old song and something we played around with and came out with a tune which we'd love to sing for you.
Oh, lovely. Go for it.
Right.
guys sing so well, and he's playing a blues thing, so I'm totally sold on it. So listen, you guys are going to be performing later on today.
Yes.
What are you performing?
We're gonna sing a song about the Tati.
Oh, it's called Tati.
Yes, and we'd love for you to be there and hear it out.
Sevin?
and learn about the
Am I
story
allowed to be the
behind
other man
it.
in the group?
Yeah, sure.
Well, fantastic. So in that case, I shall see you in the evening. You don't need to understand a word of what the Tetseo Sisters sing. Their songs create an impact that moves you. They treat language not as a barrier, but as a starting point to bridge varied cultures. They use their understanding of their culture to reach out to other cultures, to teach us that our differences are superficial and what binds us is far deeper. I'm looking forward to their music. Once upon a time, 4 girls in a far-flung corner of our country sang a folk song on their school stage. It was a song passed on to them through the centuries, through different ancestors. Today, their songs and stories reach out not just to the rest of India, but also to the world. That is the power of genuine storytellers. Till next week then, join me as I find more such artists on Teacher's Genuine Stories.
So let me tell you about Kevesho. Yeah, she is, I would say she's obsessed about cleaning. Yeah, that's one weird thing about her. And another weird thing is she loves playing, if she gets a favorite song, she'll play it on a loop. like for hundreds
obsessive.
of times. Yeah.
So we're getting a picture here of a cleanliness freak who's also obsessive. So obsessive compulsive disorder is definitely part of it.
So we have to remind her sometimes that there's a thing called earphones.